So guys, I want to start off by saying this is not fact. Little disclaimer for anyone who's ready to go. So, as a lot of you may or may not know, if you've been with me for a while, you will know this, but I do research the number 11 quite a bit. I've done many videos on it, and a couple of videos that are related to this video, which I'll show you clips from, and are in regard to this topic 1111. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, is he going to talk about 1111 that everyone talks about in certain aspects of the community? No, I'm referring to something in regard to this video, the 1111, and you'll see why, and it's intriguing. So if you saw my old videos that I'll be using this clip, the realm of 11, which is there on the screen, and also the hell and the heaven video. I enjoyed making both of them, and both of them videos are always fresh in my mind. So when I came across something the other day, I thought, you know what, I have to make a little video on that. And I didn't just want to do that video just for a minute, and like you guys thinking, is that it? So I'll just have to scrounge and put a few little things and express myself, so you can see a video and see why and how I've got to this. I know you guys know and understand and enjoy seeing the old clips, because I made that longer video. You forget, don't you? So what I'm going to show you is from the realm of 11, the first video. In this I talk about the 11 commandments, and it caused quite a stir to say the least. But if you've not watched that video, watch it. It doesn't go into great detail. Some say it might be really deep, but it's just like a nice little starter video, just looking at why 11 is so prevalent to this realm that we live in. So here's a clip, guys, now, and I'll be back talking after and see what you guys say or think. But this will just get you, and I'm going to go into detail why I'm bringing this up now, guys. So enjoy this little clip. By faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good.
So before I was showing you a lot of 11s in regard to creation and L11 because it's significant. Anyway, the first 11 chapters of Genesis, the first book of the Bible, tells us about God and the stories of creation. The 11. Bible in gematria adds to 38, which is 3 add 8 equals 11. Adam and Eve, the Great Flood, and Noah's Ark, the Tower of Babel or Babel, all connected to Janos and the 11 as I've shown. So obviously the picture's creation of Adam. Look, 38 equals 11. Noah equates to 11. And I already showed you Lord of the Flood equates to 11 before. Just the coincidences. So, Catholic Church has 73 books in the Bible. Protestants have 66. These are the canonized ones. So obviously there's loads of more, as we know, from the Gnostic ones. But that was so close, so I thought, could it be 74? Now the Do-Re-Rhymes Bible is a translation from Latin Vulgate to English and counts a total of, yep, you got it, 74 books, which is my 11. I just thought I had to look, it was a 74 in one because it was so close. Just seems too close for comfort, as they say. So, as I've shown you countless times, the doorway, etc. is 11. What if I told you that the word door in the Bible is in 173 verses? That equates to 11. How crazy is that? Judas Iscariot and the 30 pieces of silver. A big moment in the Bible. 30 pieces of silver in gematria add to 11. Wow. So he regretted it and he tried to give the silver back at the last hour. This period of time has a name. What is it? That'll give it away. It's called the 11th hour. That's the latest possible time before it is too late. Oh, wonder what that is in gematria. Oh, it's 11. So remind me, I think there was 12 apostles. 12. Let's take one away, any random one. That leaves 11. So, how crazy is that? That moment in time reduced the apostles to 11. Just a coincidence. Again, I love saying that word because I know people are screaming. So, this is the 10 Commandments, we can all agree. You know, I could have picked any image to show you. Now, these are a set of biblical principles relating to ethics and worship. So, they're important, like the laws of God. What's ironic is there are actually 11 statements in the Bible, in the Bible text of traditional 10 Commandments. That blew me away. 11 laws for 11. Now, the Roman Catholics combined the first two statements into one, and the Protestants combined the last two into one in order to arrive at the number 10. It's just crazy. Now, I might be wrong, but I think these appear in Exodus 21:17 is where the commandments are mentioned first. That adds to 11, guys. 11. So I left a tiny bit more in that just because I thought, oh, that was cool. I forgot I made that little bit. So that was from the video, The Realm of 11, a little clip, as you saw, in reference to the 11. You saw Adam and Eve, you saw creation, you saw the Bible verses. So you're seeing a lot on why 11's prevalent and why I had to put it in. Well, that then, the later clip then went into talking about, well, the latter of that clip went to talk about the commandments. The commandments are the words of God for this realm. Now, as you know, Moses smashed the first lot, so they had to make two lots. So if you think about it, there was 4 made. Well, 2 tablets, 11. So that just got me intrigued, because early in the week I found this. Now I'll talk about this. I've just had to get it up on my screen so I can remember. I've got so many things racing in his head. Like, say this bit. So as you know, the 10 Commandments, is it the Decalogue, as they are known, are the words of God. Remember, anagram of word is door. So it's the doors, the 11 doors, 10 doors, 10 words of God on this realm. Now, people were arguing there's this and there's loads more. I mean, even in the Torah or the mitzvah, how you pronounce it, the 613 commandments. So this only really refers to the Christian side, in the sense of Catholic and Protestant, that I'm talking about, because in a lot of other religions there is a lot more rules and laws of God, but the Catholic Church, the Protestant Church, settled on 10, which is a divine number for the Pythagoreans. So what intrigued me about this is finding something saying there was actually 11, and they condensed it, and it made me think, like, wow, really, did that really happen? Because then I can't prove it. I'm just researching through the webs, looking at books, and there's so many contradictory stuff to this. Some will say more, some will say less. So this is why you have to say in these videos, it's just my opinion on what I say. I am honed in on the 11, so I see the 11. Some will see more, some won't see it. But it's intriguing that some aspects of this religion show that there is an 11 commandments, and they condensed it. Now, if you know another verse, if you just want to say, oh, no, we can't count the condensed because he condensed it. Okay, I'll go that with you. But then further on in the Bible, John 13:34. Wait, can we just add that up? 1 add 3 is 4. 4 add 3 is 7. 7 add 4 is, oh yes, 11. So the bit that adds to 11 is talking about a new commandment. I give you love one another as I have loved you, so you also must love one another. It's something that a lot of people don't understand and don't show in this community, loving one another. It's this, it's attacking, it's trolling. Shame on you guys. People have more love in heart, a lot of things. We would stick up for each other a lot more. We won't let some of the stuff that happens within this community, which is a disgrace, slide. We should stick together. We're supposed to be fighting evil and the people out there, not one another. We should love one another. And that Bible verse, John, oh wait up, isn't John in Italian Gian a derivative of Janos? Oh yeah, but we can't mention that, so we'll ignore that. So Janos, which has, and 13:34, which adds to 11, states that there is a new commandment. So if there's a new commandment, whether you believe Jesus had the right, whatever, it is an extra commandment. Add that one commandment then to the 10 commandments. If you want to settle on, yes, and there's definitely 10, and ignore that, that's just hearsay. So you can research it and see a lot of people believe there was 11. But we'll go with a 10. So there's 10, and then later on in the Bible, John 13:34, which adds to 11, they state a new commandment. The one that 10 is, yes, you got it, 11. Tell me that is not blowing your mind. Because it blows mine. But again, is my mind easily blown or intrigued? Again, I treat everything as information, and this information intrigues me and it gets me emotional. I've never been outward and saying I'm proud of my work, but I've started doing it because when I'm watching the old clips and my videos, I'm like, wow, that is a bloody good video. I don't big myself up enough. And, you know, I should be proud of my content that I'm putting out because it equals any, in my opinion. And we're just not, you know, I just don't big it up enough. So you saw that clip. It was like, whoa, that was just a few of the 11. So if you've not watched that Realm of 11 video, which starts all this off, you're going to be mind blown. So the reason I did this and what's happening is in a minute when I'm looking down on my phone, I'm just going to put on screen so you guys can, you know, follow this at home. The intriguing nature. So these were the 11 words or the 11 walls, laws, 10, whatever you want to say it, we can find and show it adds to 11. Now, they were given to Moses when he climbed up the mountain. Now, what also intrigued me is when I've been talking about the pieces, the stones, the rocks. Remember last week, what were these laws, these words put on? They were put onto stone tablets. Now you could say, well, that's so it'd last. But surely if it's divine and done by God, whatever was put on them should last forever and ever. But it's intriguing nature, isn't it? So they were put on Peter's, petars, the rocks. People are always telling you to follow. You're on the right path. And again, in all videos, path, anagram, petar. Petar, how you can spell it, other variations is Peter. Again, another Peter. So it's an intriguing nature. So the reason I made this video really is because when I was just, I don't know how I get there. So I'm doing the diddle on the interwebs, looking around, and I find this. So when we're talking about the laws, the walls, the words, whatever you want to put it, the doors, being put in, and we have to follow these rules, basically, the word of God. Isn't it just a coincidence that the opposite nature, like hell, satanic, Anton LaVey, you know Anton LaVey, people not sure who he is, he had or has the Church of Satan. Now, just before I read them out to show you guys, and you can find it on the webs, guess how many rules of the earth they are for these guys? Yes, 11. Why not 10? Do they just want to get one more than the so-called rules on earth from heaven? Or do they know something we don't know? So they've matched the 11 I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to read them out and show you guys so you can follow at home or wherever you are. And surely you should be like me. They've got 11 rules of the earth. Why? Why not 12, 13, 14? Why 11? Could it be that I may be right in this theory that there was actually more than 10? There was 11. Or is it paying homage to the Elohites? You know, the cult of Elohites, the Elevens, the elves. Who knows? So I'm going to read them out for you now, guys, and see what you think. So, as I just promised, here you go, guys. Oh, the 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth by Anton Sandor LaVey. So here we go. Do not give opinions or advice unless you are asked. Do not tell your troubles to others unless you are sure they want to hear them. When in another's lair, show him respect, or else do not go there. If a guest in your lair annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. Do not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal. Do not take which does not belong to you unless it is burdened to the other person and he cries out to be relieved. 7. Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. 8. Do not complain about anything to which you need not subject yourself. 9. Do not harm little children. 10. Do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked or for food. And the last but not least, L11. When walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. Now that is the 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth. Now, why would they have 11? Why not 10? Why not 8? Why not 15? Is it to mirror the other 11? That's just my theory. Again, not fact, just theory. So guys, if you just search engine it and type his name in, you will basically get one of these images. But here's a little quiz. It's very, very basic, but you're left with no other explanation but the L. Evans. Have a look when he was born. Go on, have a look. I'll highlight it, I'll zoom in. He was born on the 11th of April. That surely just must be a coincidence. Oh wait, let's have a look when he died. 29th of October. What's 2 and 9? Oh yes, another 11. Again, as I joke, what a coincidence. Not. So as I'm talking about this, here you can see images of Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab. Now that word again that we all laugh about, coincidence. Here is 2 quick clips from old videos showing you the significance of these 2 people and the number 11. Again, we don't believe in these coincidences. Everyone laughs and says, pop, oh, there's no coincidences. But hey, I'm just showing you what I found over the years because we're talking about this number 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Now, talking of 11 commandments, the poster thing is named after Janos and has loads of 11s. So as you can see, Gates in Latin means potas, which means January, which is Janos. Anyway, Bill Gates equates to 254 in gematria, which is, yep, you got it, 11. Well, this is how he said he made his money. There is no secret, I simply showed my plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no, and only 300 signed up. 85 actually did something, but only 35 was serious. Then it went to 33, yeah, that number, but 11 made me a multi-millionaire. 11. What's the odds on that? And when he got married, I know he's divorced now, but his anniversary tweet, he got married on the 1st of January. That's no coincidence. Janus's month. Melinda Gates is 11 in gematria, but people will be saying she's changed her name now, Paul. Melinda French Gates still adds to 11. People will be saying, Paul, they're clones. The Gates are cloned in gematria, adds to, you got it, 11. Windows 11, the new operating system, was announced on June the 24th, 2021. That date adds to 11. What's the odds on that? So this could be seen as a stretch. His birthday adds to 11. Now if you just take it, the first one, 28th of October, 28 add October, which is 10, is 38. That does equate to 11. But I wanted to see if I could make his full birthday into 11. Now if I went off that premise as October being 10, it didn't add up, and I'm honest, this is a stretch. But as you know, October, oct means 8. So if I use 8 instead of 10, and you add 2, add 8, add 1, add 9, add 5 equals 38. So 38 is 11. So we actually do both ways. If we just did his 28th of October, still 11. But it wouldn't work for 11 for the full birth date. But if you use October and, you know, ancient times, it does actually equate to 11. Now guys, this got me. Bill Gates' net worth of 2022, according to Forbes, is 122.6 billion USD. That's an 11. That's 1 add 2 add 2 add 6 is 11. Even his net worth this year equates to 11. What's the odds on that? That's all I have to say. What's the odds on that being 11? So that Bill Gates clip was from a few years ago. So I wanted to look, hey, what's his net worth now? So if you have a research, you can actually find it. So I like to use Forbes because obviously we know all Forbes do all the rich lists. Now Forbes in Africa have the top 10 people, but have a look at it here. Bill Gates at number 8, net worth 133.4 billion. Let's add that. 1 add 3 is 4, 4 add 3 is 7, 7 add 4 is, you got it, 11. And that was in July. But have a look at normal Forbes. They have him a little bit lower, but still look at the amount, 128 billion. 1 add 2 is 3, add 8 is, yes, you got it, 11. Why is he trying to get his net worth to equate to 11? The doorway, the gateway. Well, his name even means it, doesn't it? So it's intriguing when you start looking at the 11s. Right guys, I just wanted to share this with you. It's only quick. Now this is on the World Economic Forum website. Now in the community, when we're making videos and we're talking about a reset, we generally show a GIF or an image of pressing the button to set off an explosion or something to put into motion. You wouldn't expect these guys to put it on their own website, would you? It's a bit for me. So as you can see, sustainable development. Now is a time for a great reset. June the 3rd, 2020, and as you can see, push to reset the world. Now you wouldn't expect that to put it on the own World Economic Forum website, would you? And in little small letters writing at the bottom, in every crisis there is an opportunity. Hence why they created the pandemic, because it's an opportunity to reset and mould the world into what shape these guys want. So you guys at home will be thinking, when is he going to put 11 in? When's he going to put an 11? Because he loves to get these 11s in. And I hate to let you guys down. So here's Klaus Schwab, 1325. Yep, adds to 11. Just a coincidence that though, and I've done it all wrong. The World Economic Forum, 9 add 11. 9, 11. 9 add 2 ones is an 11. Automatically, we think of this time period in time. Basically, the first major reset of our minds and ideology in the world. Did you guys know that Klaus Schwab was in New York at the time? This is off the website. On September the 10th, 2001, my wife and I arrived in New York as I was about to receive the Candlelight Award from the UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. That night, we had a very inspiring conversation with Annan and many members of the partners of the World Economic Forum. Now, here's like the leaflet I found for it. You can see the symbolism in it as well. It's creepy. It's like one of the towers or phallic worship. It's crazy. It's so in your face. Anyway, the next morning, September the 11th, I was planning to attend a meeting with the newspaper editors directly across from the Twin Towers. For sheer coincidence, just another one of those coincidences, the meeting was rescheduled and I was on my way to the Upper East Side instead. It's like they knew something was happening. You tell me the WEF and the UN and all them were all in New York at that time for one of the biggest events to ever happen in the 11th state, which is New York, on the 11th. and these guys were there. It was a ritual. These guys wanted to be involved and wanted to be seen to be there, and they had to see it. This is crazy, and it's just blown me away. I didn't even know he was there. And as you can see, when they were all meeting with candlelights, have a look who was there with a candle. Crazy world we live in, and this is just another tea to show you how significant this guy is. Many don't think he's as insignificant. He's insignificant. This has changed my mind completely. And here we have the Forum of Young Global Leaders, 1424, and obviously adds to 11. Now, what platform are you using to show this video will give you a big clue to who this person is. So have a guess. It won't be hard. Anyway, he is one of the young members, global leaders. His name is Chad Hurley. He's the founder of Avos. I still wouldn't have known who he was, but obviously because I've given you a little clue, we know he was the founder of YouTube. So this guy is the founder of YouTube, sold it to Google. Obviously, he's still an advisor. But guys, again, it's just showing you the influence of Klaus Schwab. So before I go into tangents, I just want to build up to it, so I have to go through this, guys. But it's going to be intriguing to you, nonetheless. Some say 1111 signifies you are on the right path, the Ptah, the Peter. Others say it indicates strong manifestation potential. And a lot state it is proof of your spiritual awakening. The ancients believed 11 carried a unique vibration of spiritual enlightenment, so that's intriguing. And it was a cosmic door that opens to spiritual awakening and inner wisdom. So inner wisdom, knowledge, consciousness, all connected. So I know some of you now will be screaming at the screen. That sounds like the pineal gland, the pineal gland. And to me, you would be right. Possibly. Isn't it intriguing that the pineal gland adds to L11 also? And the occult name for the pineal gland is Janos, which, as you well know, adds to, you got it, 11. Now I'm just going to go through a little clip from an old video, so if it sounds familiar, it's still intriguing, but it's from an old clip, and it's really intriguing when you put it together with this because it really matters. So guys, hopefully you'll enjoy this. But what joins them all together? Oh, Manly P. Hall says, in occultism, the pineal gland is regarded as a link between the objective and subjective states of consciousness, or in exoteric terminology, the visible and the invisible worlds of nature. In the religions of the Latins, it was therefore referred to as Janos, the two-faced god and keeper of the gates of sanctuary. This divinity was the antitype of Saint Peter, who succeeded him as the warder of the heavenly portals and who carries the two keys of the office, one to the golden mystery of the spirit and the other to the silver mystery of the body. How wow and in your face is that? And I've been saying that and been showing that for years, and no one is talking about it. So the Dead Sea Scrolls are known as Gnostic, right? And I talked about how some believe that symbol that I showed you before is about the pineal gland, this one. Now some believe it's linked to gnosis. Well, isn't it funny that gnosis adds to 11 in gematria? But some might say, let's put Gnosticism in instead. Gnosticism also adds to 11. Crazy that, isn't it? Now the most famous ones are Pythagorean and the Cathars. There's a few others, but like the Cathars, the Pythagoreans believed the divine souls were trapped in a corrupt material world, and that the ultimate goal was to break the cycle of reincarnation and return to the celestial realm. They also practiced asceticism and vegetarianism and initiated women. Catharism probably wasn't a direct descendant of Pythagoreanism, but they did share a common root in Gnosticism. Gnosticism is more philosophy than religion or cult. There's pagan Gnosticism, Christian Gnosticism, even Jewish and Islamic Gnosticism. Gnosticism holds that the key to enlightenment and salvation is knowledge, gnosis. Rather than faith or grace, illumination allows one to achieve union with the true divine through the realization of one's own divine nature. Although this isn't exactly what Cathars believed, but you can see the similarities. So you can just see that about Gnosticism. I'm going to show you something now that blew my mind. So this is how modern interpret knowledge. Knowl, edge, facts, information, skills acquired by a person through experience or education. Now, most of the people know that knowledge comes from Gnosticism, and I'll briefly describe that here now. So, what is Gnosticism? At the most basic level, the terms Gnostic and Gnosticism refer to the belief that is rooted in special knowledge. The term gnosis is where we get the English word, the word knowledge from. Gnosticism is a broader sense about a religious view based on a claim about knowledge. That is what Gnosticism is. Gnosticism. Oh my god, tongue twister. But I want to split it up. I want to do what I do best. Look for alternate ways, spell etymology into words. And what's coming up now absolutely blows my mind and tells me what I've been saying all along. The rabbit hole is Janus. Yes guys, you heard that right. Knowledge is Janus. Now just listen to this. Gnost, I'll split it up, remember. Gnost is an energy that has not been used in eons of time. And as Gnost comes in, it bridges the divine and the human. And as a creator, you allow Gnost to flow in. Instead of being bound and restricted by problems and challenges, you simply allow Gnost to come in to present the clear and open the solution. That is Gnost. So obviously instead of knowledge, I've done Gnost, right? So you can quite see it there. It's talking about the flow of knowledge and the creator allowing you to flow in. Isn't that beautiful? For me, it really is blowing my mind. And wait to see what ledge is. Honestly, it's like you can't make this up, and it's just coming up right now. But as I'm saying, guys, the rabbit hole. When we say we're falling into the rabbit hole and you're looking for new topics, it's a flow of knowledge. You're looking around for knowledge, aren't you? Basically, new topics, new things to go wow at. It's one half of knowledge, which is Gnost. So, ledge, Middle English denoting a strip of wood or other material fixed across a what? A door, a gate, etc. Perhaps from the early form of ledge, since one dates from the mid 16th century, the Great Vowel Shift period. But what was that? The ledge is fixed across a door or a gate. Who is the god of doorways, gateways, portals? So knowledge could be Gnost, ledge, knowledge, and it gives you that type of information. I, for one, am absolutely blown away, and just making this video, finding this out, is worth the hours that I've put in. So knowledge is basically talking about how the flow of information, the flow of light, the flow of knowledge, information, binary, whatever you want to call it, knowledge is the flow, and it's basically, as it said here, in my eyes, pointing to the direction of knowledge. The rabbit hole is Janus. So you got the Kabbalah tree of life on the left, and as you can see, there's only 10. Now most of us only think of it as being 10, but when you start researching it, and I include myself in this because if it wasn't for Session on the Nile, my old co-host, she actually sent me stuff the other day while I was making this, and I didn't want to say I'm making a video on 11, but when she actually told me what number it was, it blew my mind. So as you can see on the right, there's another seraphot being added, and that is Da'at. Never heard of it before? Now, Da'at is the location, the mystical state where all 10 Seraphots in the Tree of Life are united as one. That's wow. Jewish sages call it Da'at. You can also spell it Da'ath, roughly translated as knowledge or consciousness. So the word for knowledge or gnosis is Da'at, and it's the Seraphot number 11. Tell me that ain't wow, just to add to what I've done so far. So Da'at also means knowledge about things outside of oneself. What do the Cabal evil use? They use data to find out about ourselves, our habits, etc. But just look at the word data. It's only an anagram of Da'at. That surely cannot be a coincidence. To find out about oneself, and Da'at is data. Wow, that just blew me away. So we're just talking about Da'at and data. This famous meme that someone made just blew me away even more. Now I'm talking about Da'at and data. That moment you realise you're just a piece of data carrying information as you move through a circuit system that has been designed to siphon your spiritual energy. It's just more wow now, since I've just showed you that, and spiritual energy is obviously your Da'at. That is just the Hebrew version. Obviously we're talking about knowledge and whatnot. But if you think about it, I'm going to show you a clip from an old video, because I've done a few videos on circuit boards, arches and Janus and 11 before. And some of it now, while I'm talking of the realm of L11, you're just like, wow. So when you go back and you was nearly there, and now you can see you've just took that little bit more, you just travel down the path, and it makes more sense. So I want to go back to something about Gnosticism, or link to that to end with, and you'll see why. But I want to talk about this briefly before I go to my thoughts. Now on the screen I've just put what they say hell and heaven is, but like a door, because obviously I've always talked about the gates and the doors of hell and heaven, the pearly gates, the gates of hell. And I found something in my video Hell Heaven, because it just blew me away, and I want to bring it up again now to show you guys, because I think some of you who have not watched that video will find it intriguing and connect it all together in this video. Now when you look at hell with a H, you look at heaven with a H, they both start with a H, and that always intrigued me. Why? Now in the hell and heaven video I go through other hells and heavens in different religions and cultures, so check it out. But anyway, let's get back to this. So on screen you can just see an image of the etymology of the letter H. Now in number 1 you can see it. Now to me, and 80-90% of people who watch the video say it looks like a door. Some will say a window just to be different, but most windows are not shaped like doors. You will get a few, granted, but to me that is a door. Slam dunk door. Or you can say 8, number 8, which you can, because number 3 looks like the number 8. But let's put hell and heaven in on screen so you guys can see it at home. I'll split it up to emphasize H, and you're left with what's left, L and heaven. What blew me away is, yes, H is a door. Now that is just my opinion, it's not fact. I'm just putting connections in my own mind, and to me I said, that looks like a door. Isn't it crazy that in Christian archetypal hell and heaven, the H is a door in etymology? The spell, you have to spell. Remember, we use the vocal code, the voice of God, and both hell and heaven, it's a doorway. And that just blew me away. But take away the H, what are you left with? And you're left with L, Evan. 11. Wow. When I originally found that, I just could not believe it. take away the H, the doorway, if it's shut, if it's open, whatever, take it away, and you're left with 11. Hell and heaven without the H spell 11. Tell me, this is why I made the original video, and I've talked about 11 as also, but why I've made this video, because obviously we talk about the 11 commandments and then the 11 rules for, for Satanism. Why 11? Well, hell and heaven spell 11. But what is it in gematria? Hell and heaven. Oh, it's 92. 9 and 2 equals 11. That's just a coincidence. Well, let's not say anything on that. So I want to show you something quickly on a link between gnosticism. I showed you already in the old clips, and this is in another old video, but I just found, because we're talking about hell and heaven, or people are talking about 1111 being spiritual awakening and knowledge and all that good stuff. Look what I found in regard to something famous in regard to Gnostic and Gnosticism. So, albeit the Dead Sea Scrolls are not classified now I believe, as Gnostic, they're always associated with Gnosticism and knowledge. But if you Google, are the Dead Sea Scrolls Gnostic, they will say no, they are not now, they are a Jewish sect. If you then look further on, when you research this, you'll say yes, they have Gnostic traces and elements in the Dead Sea Scrolls. And although they're not like the Nag Hammadi, they go in line and always will be hand in hand with like ancient Gnosticism, whether they are in fact or not. What I'm talking about in regard to this video, and I'm talking about you being on the path and 1111 and spirituality, and that being the door to knowledge, aka Gnosticism, etc., blew me away. And why did it blow me away? Because something as famous as these, so you can debate on whether they are that, Gnostic, but they are very famous, and they have changed a lot of people's lives in regard to the information that was provided in it. What made me go, is where they were found. So obviously they were found in caves, everyone can agree, but they were found in 11 caves. Yes, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, 11. Why was it 11? Do people just you know what, I'm going to dig 11 caves to hold all these scrolls in? Is that a coincidence, a genuine coincidence, or was it by design? Because obviously I've showed you the links with 11. Did they have to build 11 caves to put it in, or is that just a number it fit? Who knows? I just can't answer that, but I found that so fascinating. So we've been talking briefly about 1111, but not how people think 1111 is. So to finish this video before I go to my thoughts, I thought, you know what is 1111 in gematria? I'll put it on screen now. Did you expect anything different than 1111 coming to, you got it, 11? I didn't, but hey, it's all a coincidence.
Yeah, they call me the black sheep. You know they call me the black sheep.
Hello and welcome. Right guys, as always, I want to thank everyone who's watched, liked, shared and subscribed. If not, please like, share and subscribe. But only if you like it. Don't want to force you into it. Come on. Do it. You know you want to. So thank you for that, guys. It's a privilege that, you're taking your time out your day to watch any content that's on the channel. And as always, I want to say a big thank you to anyone who has bought me a bat. So if some people are wondering, what is he going on about now? Buy me a bat is buy me a coffee. So anyone who has done that, please know I really do truly get humbled and emotional. I'm like, oh, because it means a lot, guys. It really helps me in the channel. So thank you to anyone that's done that. So let's crack on with this video. If you're still awake, that is. Because I know some of you love to fall asleep to the tones of the black sheep. Don't get me going. So, right, I wanted to do a quick video on this 1111 link, and you got 40 minutes to an hour. Just because I think, like, well, you don't want to watch just a few minutes. So here you go. Here is the bonanza, and like dipping your toe into other videos, because I've included a few videos, and hopefully if I remember or be bothered to, I will put the links to those videos, but they're easily found on my channel. You've only got to go to the videos, go to playlists, and they're all in the realm of 11. Most of them are anyway. So let's go. Let's get down to business. So I, a long time ago, made a video called Hell and Heaven, and in that I showed different hells and give a brief description on the information on those. And halfway making a video, or at the beginning or at the end, so I don't know, because I edit it, I just went, "Do Homer Simpson, do." And it was because I found that hell and heaven spell 11. I've said it in an older video, and I say that in the video. I say it in an older video that, isn't it funny, because hell and heaven spell 11, and it didn't compute. And you know, a few videos later, then it came to me, you know, like sometimes it does, and I was like, no way, 11. The doorways, the gateways to hell and heaven, because that's what the archetypal thing that we think of is heaven is the pearly gates, and hell obviously the gate of Hades, the gate of hell, the gates of hell. And it just intrigued me, that 11 link, and it's spelling 11. And then in old videos, and this was controversial at the time, was the fact that there is 11 commandments, words, which are anagram for doors. Something else I found a long time ago. Find some good stuff, don't he? It hides away in videos, and we all forget, even me, because I make a video sometimes, I'm like, Paul, you forgot that from the other videos, but you can only put so much in them, can't you? And this video again is, I go off on tangents, because I find when I say something, I hear people talking, not that way, but saying, you know what, that reminds me of this, and oh, that's that. So I have to put it into anticipate, and I can't anticipate every comment. It's just what it feels to me. So looking into the old ones and finding there was 11 commandments, and it equates to 11 basically segments of the Bible. I'm like, people say there was no 11, and obviously people read it word for word and know a lot more than me, but it's just how I see it. And some say no, it's just one site that was stating this fact that there was 11, even though there's more found, and different search engines reveal a lot more. And you will find a lot of people talking about there actually be 11 doors, words, swords, put on stone, put on Peter's, because you think if it's divine, it could have gone on parchment because it would have lasted, the word of God. But it was put on stone. And that's the intriguing thing, because I've been talking about that lately. That's why I came back to this. And you can debate whether there is 11, and in Christian and Protestant they put some together. So, you know, it is up for debate. And this is information. I'm not saying I'm fact. There's another one flying past me. Seems that they want to get on. Come on. I should start charging them. So when I did this, I'm putting 11. These things can't be a coincidence. Now, could it be the fact that they're saying this to get the 11 in? Quite possibly, and it could be that. But no, whatever way we look at it, 10 commandments, 11 commandments, it says it's 11. But like I said in the video, okay, I will grant people that it's not 11. But then further on in the Bible, it states there is a new commandment. So the 10 of that would then equate to now 11. So there is 11, and in different faiths there's a lot more. There's hundreds and hundreds in the Jewish faith and other cultures. There's so much more. But this is basically talking about, the Christian. And that just blew me away. So that has always been on my mind for a long time, the 11, because obviously I've made a lot of videos on the 11, and I made this one again, and some will enjoy it, some won't, but I just go with the flow. I go where I'm pushed, where I feel I have to go. I do everything by sounds bad, that. I do everything by feeling. No, ladies, I pretend I'm blind, but hey, listen, see, you get me giddy again. So I do everything that way, and you can say what is pushing me, creator, God, whatever. I just sometimes I just go for a topic, and it seems to open up to me and reveal a pattern that I find. You other guys will look at something and it will reveal a different pattern, a different pattern, a different path. Remember, P-A-T-H, anagram is patar, and Peter. So the Peter is the path, and obviously Janos. Going into the light, it's going dim and dark. Is it gonna rain? So that intrigued me, the 11. So but then I'm doing this video, and I just, I've mentioned that about the 11 commandments, God's words for the earth. Now, in other bits of Bible, it says whatever you do, whatever you basically do on heaven is tied to in hell. So I'm assuming it's both ways. Is that why the 11, the connection with the doorway, the H for hell and heaven? Finding out then that the Satanists and Anton DeVere basically wrote 11 laws of the earth. You have to go, why? And if you type in the symbology of 11, you'll see stuff like, especially in the Bible, if you put symbology of number 11 in the Bible, it talk about number 11 being chaos. And some will see it as bad, but I don't see it as chaos. Chaos is bad, but that's just a perspective. But it'll say it's chaos. It's no good, basically. 10 is the divine, and the 1 extra is chaos, and a lot of other things I've talked about in the past. You have to ask, why did he pick 11? Why? That's just how my brain works. So it's not the case of 11. So then when you think about, well, there may be, I'm not stuck on anything. Like I said, I change my mind that many times. It's like a spin of the coin, because I find some new information and it makes me look in other places. But I'm not scared to say, hey, I did say that last time, but I'm changing my mind now. Because that's how we should be. Well, that's how I am anyway. So why is there 11 words and then another 11 for the Satanists? Why? Why did they choose it? Again, this is why. Because it's like the go-to thing. It's why a lot more people are looking to the number 11. And as you know, guys, I've been doing it for years. And I've done a lot of really intriguing videos. And people will say it's the code of this matrix. People will say it's that. I've showed you how significant it is for many, many years. And it just makes me proud now that many people are looking into it and doing their equivalent. But it just blows me away. It really does. What it actually is. So why did they choose it? They've got to have chose to do it for a ritual, a reason. And we start to know why, because obviously the number 11 is tied to Janos, but also, and people say the gates and the doors, but it's also tied to the calendar, because as you know, when you look at images of Janos, he has the calendar. He has 300 in one hand and he has 6 and 5 in the other. So technically there is more numbers that we can look at, and I will plan on looking into it, because it emphasizes he doesn't hold it together 365. He splits it up. So again, that's something to look into, and something that gets me interested. 365, 3 in one hand, 3 the Trinity, the 3 faces of Janos, because people just think Janos has 2 faces. He doesn't. He has 3. He has 4 4's the most I've seen on him, but you know, the multiple headed god personalities, personas, the masks. Hence why that ritual, lockdowns and the world went into shutdown a few years ago was a ritual to Janos, which I've showed you in videos. It's plainly obvious once you know the information. So 6-5 is equated to Janos. That's the intriguing nature. So what is this 1111? Now if you type 1111, it'll give you all this, not all because I can't put everything in, but the gist of it, it's the spiritual path, it's your spiritual awakening. It means you're awake. You see an 1111 everywhere, it means you're on the right path. Again, the Ptah. So you're on the right zone. Now I equate 1111 to the realm that we're living in, whether it's a cave, a holodeck, a zone, but we're in that one. Room 11, 101. If you think about it that way, 101, 101. Take away the 0, leaves, and people say 101 is 2. It's not 11, and people just don't want to look into it. It's how I show you equate to it. That is a doorway. 11 is a doorway. Why is it referenced and connected to hell and heaven, or heaven and hell? Whatever way around, what a way around. Spin me right round, baby. So, why is it connected to that? Is it a frequency like the ancients talked about? And I can't remember where I found that link. Again, it's, you know, you can research it and find it. But it talks about it being a frequency. And in the 11 video, I've talked about how healing and different frequencies add to 11. There's 11 dimensions. I've done a lot of videos on it. And I didn't want this video to just be, again, 1111 and show you all the 1111s. I just wanted it specific to this topic that we was talking about. The commandments were 11 words, 11 spells of God. According to that faith. Because obviously some people are not believing it. So they set it in Peter. Ptah, the path, and that is what we supposedly go by. And then in John, which is derivative of Janos, and the numbers of the verse add to 11. So in the Janos 11, they wanted to tell you about a new commandment. Why was it not a different number? Again, it's what they do in this reality. They have to pay homage and use the 11, whether it's a beginning or an ending, to use that. And that's why more and more people now are looking to it and finding loads of good shit, as I call it, in regard to 11. So I'm thinking of making this video. So you type in 1111, it's this spiritual awakening, and it's all your Zen, and you know, it's all tied to what people class as New Age. But what if it is just a frequency that opens a door, a neural pathway in your head, or a consciousness or source? Now we all have to talk about source from the creator, and we tap into this and we get information that, you know, is beyond us. People talk about, you know, how did he build this, how did he do that? Maybe people connected to the 11, this source, which is ancient knowledge on how to do these things. You know, that's what a lot of people talk about. Advanced race. Where did he get the information? Was it just that species evolving, or is it a mystery race of people that did build and they're no longer with us, or they're away, they're hiding, or they die, whatever? Or is it the fact that everything has a doorway and it's just about finding the key? If you find the key, you can open up and find anything. So is it, again, connection to God, creator, hence the 11. But is there just one source? Or is there a source from, say, God or the creator, or what is classed as divine? Or is it a source connected to the elves? Or is it a source connected to fire, the light bringer, Lucifer, which in Gematria adds to, yes, you got it, and is another name of, yes, you got it, Janos, and 11. Why is all these linked? And this is what people say, oh, what, everything can't be connected to Jonas and number 11. That's the point where I research it. Why the bloody blue heaven is there a lot of these connections? That's what drives me. It's like if you go out and see something, it's like, remember last year it was a craze, people were doing videos and showing why people painting the roofs blue for the and it was tied to the Jew energy weapons. You got them things, why are they all painting it blue? Thank you. And now I think it's going to white. But you know what I mean? So when you see a pattern of why is this connected to that, why are they doing that? Why? And that's why I ask, why? Why is it connected? That's inspiring me. So they are maybe changing information to suit them, but it's still information and it's still intriguing. It's still mind-blowing. So is there a source of information that's classed as light bringer information? Prometheus. He brought the knowledge of fire too. But when you have an idea and you go, wow, I've just had a bright spark. Is that Prometheus? Is that Lucifer? Is that a different source? Like electricity is a different source, AC, DC, and what, you know, direct current, alternate current, AC, DC again. If you watch the video, adds to. So, is there different sources for different information that reveals something? Now, when you look at all the videos that I've done and you research yourself, it's like at certain times, the divine spark, whether you believe it is a God, a creator, the elves, Lucifer, evil, releases information to us that advances our race. You know, hence the people coming out of the water, the so-called princes. I forgot what they're called. I have talked about it in previous videos. So they came out of the water giving this information because we were stupid and thick, basically. And we weren't doing what they wanted good enough. That's what basically, in slipping it down and breaking down quickly, they said. So it's how you look at it. So is 11:11 consciousness? You're awakening. You're awake. You're seeing the realm for how it is, and you see 11:11 a lot. The system, the simulation, the holodeck. Because think about it. When we look at binary. 1 0 1 0. It's there. It's there in plain sight. That is what inspires me. Seeing your comments, seeing some smarter people that put better and bigger pictures together, inspire me. And although I'm not on as much as I would love to, and I've cut back a lot on social media, well, I'm not on social media apart from this, because I've just decided to, you know, I don't want, so a lot of people want to get themselves out, get their name, their voices heard, and I think I did for a spell. And when you get to a stage that you get knocked back or people are ignoring you, and you know, what you class as your peers, because it doesn't matter who you are, whether that's just the ego in you or you just want people that you respect and you see information out there and they're putting cracking content out that just, hey, what, you know, you're doing good. You know, it's just how things are. You know, if you were building, you were a cobbler and you were making the best shoes, you would want people to say, hey, they're nice shoes. But if another cobbler comes to you and says, Paul, they're excellent, you're like, wow, because he's doing it, so he knows. So that's just how it is in this community. So I've decided just to completely walk away. I'm not even going to go on no more shows, no collabs. I know people may be upsetting that. And I say never say never, but I've just got so comfortable now in myself. And I'm so proud of what I've done. I'm proud of the journey that I've gone on with you over the years. That I've just got to a stage where I'm not trying no more. And it's not I'm being rude, and it's not that I think I'm better than anyone. I don't. I'm just me. And I'm just so tired now with life that I'm not even bothering. People say I give up. I'm not give up because I'm going to still make content when I can. I'm still intrigued and I'm still powering ahead. I've just given that away and I'm not bothered now. I found my lane, I found my path, and I'm just so grateful that you guys at home, you, and you, it's asleep, yes, even you. I'm just going to enjoy myself, and if I make a video 1 week, brilliant. If I don't for 2, brilliant. And hopefully you guys will stay and enjoy the ride with me and give me your support, give me your love and your energy, because I need it. But you know what I mean, so we're all on this path. So if a lot of people have been asking me go on this show and do this, and it's not me being rude, I'm just it's a place in my life. I just want to concentrate what energy I have on my family, who I love, my mum. People saying, are you going to say you love her? yeah, may as well. But yeah, you know what I mean. So these are second priority for me. And when I have any spare time, I'll do content. But I want to enjoy life out there, because it's getting restricted, and more that we do, I want to enjoy it while we have it. And I get too excited, and I just can't be arsed with the trolls and the negativity anymore. I don't even reply to it, but you still see it. So shame on you people, but we know we're swimming in a turd infested sea. So let's get back to this video after my little round. I just had to answer a few questions because people have been asking, can I go on this show? Can I do this? Can I do that? A lot of people, and I don't like letting anyone down. So if I say no to someone, I have to say no to everyone. That's just how I roll. So you won't be seeing me on anymore. I can't say forever, because, you know, life may change, but basically for foreseeable. Don't all cry about this parties, streamers. Yay! You'll still get the dulcet tones of the black sheep on this channel. So what is this 11-11? Why did they pick that rule for the earth? Was it because of this? Why is Bill Gates being helped by 11 millionaires in the beginning? He also has 11 rules. Why did the Klaus Schwab be at that place on that day in September? Rituals mean a lot to these people, and they seem to all connect to 11. New York is the 11th state. It's just mind-blowing when you start looking at different, and this is what is beauty about YouTube. You've got so many people making so many different connections. It's like, which one should I follow? You can follow, you can believe, you can research, you can anything you want. You should never tell anyone no, you don't like that. No, they're a shield gateway. No. On this channel, you can look and use anything. It's just information, more pieces of information. It seems to open a different key. And that's why I just love this topic. It's inspiring. Why was there 11 caves for the Dead Sea Scrolls? Why is this 11 everywhere? I mean, think about the cross. Cross in gematria adds to 11. The cross is 11. Keys. They talk about keys. That term I like to use, frequency key. Frequency key in gematria adds to 11. So is it, as they say, everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. You get the frequency, you can open the energy and the vibrations. Basically like, you know, dung, I forgot what they call now. It'll just go to me, but you know what I mean. The, oh my God, I forgot what they call now. You know what I mean. So don't bother putting it in the comments. We all know what it is. I've just had a brain fart. And you know, you put two of them together, and the strongest one, it takes away the frequency of that. So this is what we're talking about in life. People are taking away your frequency, your oscillation. Now, when you're happy, you oscillate, you vibrate at a frequency. When you're sad and negative, you're at another frequency. And this is what happens. It's a back and forth on a daily basis. So when we start looking into this, and they say knowledge is power, information is king, data, we've all seen that meme included in the video. Data, we're all pieces of data going around the circuit board. Data, strangely anagrams too. Dat is number in the serifot. You put all these connections together, what is it? And I always like to make a video, whatever topic it is, and leave it up to you, because we're all on a unique path. Let me think about it. We're all on a path. We're all on a path. We're all on a path. We're all on the path. And yes, some of the paths cross are crossroads. You know, some people never like to leave their path. There's nothing wrong on stepping back on your path. Sometimes the path will end, and you have to create a new one. And that's the intriguing nature. Sometimes, you know, it's like the Tau cross. Your path is ended, and you're creating a new one. It's hence why they say, listen, a lot of people are divided in the company, in the community. Why does everything trace back to this level? And everything does not trace back to it. Then we've got other things to look at, the 300. Hence why he holds 300 in one hand and 65 in the other. There's just so much to go through, and you can't do it alone. And I know, yes, Paul, you just said you're going. Yes, I'm going alone in the sense of making content, but I still talk to people. You know what I mean? And this is just my path at the minute. I've decided this is my path. I won't be doing any collabs. Yes, will I miss it? Well, yes, definitely. But when you get to that stage where you're just so fed up with the community, which I am, I'm not even fed up with you guys. I love you guys. You've had me back since the beginning, and new people who's joined. It's so hard when you just want to bring the dignity back, the honesty. Listen, there's nothing wrong with doing this for money. Just say you're doing it for money, and the intrigue, and that is bonus. People are hiding behind things and not being honest. I'm just who I am, and I do this to take my mind off life because I love researching it. And then who do I tell then? I tell my immediate family. They're all sick, tired of hearing some of these things all the time, constantly. So I have a platform. That's why I always say to people, build your platform and show the people what you can do. More and more people are more honest. It's brilliant. More and more people are on the path. Brilliant. So why in this is like people talk about spiritual awakening in it, and the pineal, the doorway to consciousness, enlightenment. Where is the pineal gland? I'm doing this for a reason. Roughly about there. What's in between? The 11s, and they're called the 11s on your forehead. The 11s. That's just a coincidence. So the pineal, that's known as Janos, the gatekeeper, the doorway, the pineal, is slam bang dang in the middle of the 11s. Why didn't you tell us that years ago, Paul? I did. But there's only so many people. I forget. It's okay to forget, because you know you ring. I tell you this today. Someone brings out something extra tomorrow. You remember that. You're always constantly in the now. Whereas memory store, I've done all stuff like that. So you know we walk through doorways every day, and that cuts that connection to source. But what is this source? Is there only one source? That's intriguing in nature. Is there a place where you can connect that does advanced tech? A library? And it's a case of just connecting or going to different libraries for information. That's the Inspiring Nation, and I just wanted to make something different for you guys and saying 1111 spirituality and all that malarkey. No, that's not me. I wanted to talk about, funny how God's words, the doors, so words anagrams to door. The old the old English word for it, and it's in many videos I've done it over the years, spells doors, and doors is a door. And that has got me, so the 11 doors, and there's also in different religions, there's the gates of Jannah in Islam. So it's intriguing, isn't it? How this God that I used to get trolled for mad on is starting to appear to the more people and the masses, because obviously I've done so many videos on it. And if you Google searched, you wouldn't find my videos at the top, because they don't want you to come to this channel. They want to go to any other channel, and people will take the information that I've provided over the years and use it as their own. But it's just life. It's just how things are, and if people take things, I have taken things and forgot to quit. I mean, I try my best now, as you see. If I say they inspired me to this, I'll say they inspired me, but I cannot stand there holding my hand up and say I've never done it, because when you start off, you do. So don't lie, let's get some integrity back. I ain't special. I ain't all right. I ain't fact. I'm just me. Don. That's just who I am, and I'm not pretending to be known who I'm not. And that's what people on this odd platform are. They're pretending to be who you think they want you to be. And then every now and then you see the real you on these videos. So what is 1111? Again, that's what inspires me. I've talked about the realm of 11. I've showed you the etymology of it. And I know one form of 11 went to Endelfun, like the original word for 11. If this is the realm of 11, or the cave, or the holodeck suite 11, and Janos is a gatekeeper, the holder of the keys, and hence why they call him God of Gods. There is, Bible as to 11. There's so many things that equate to 11, which is just the doorway, the startway, or the ending of something. It's when you see a false flag type of event, you'll see 11 in there, and that's the intriguing nature. So when we're doing videos like this, and they're just what ifs, it's just an opinion on what I found at the time. What is this 11? That's why I put in a lot of the Gnostic stuff, and knowledge, because if Gnosticism, when you broke it down, Gnostic, gnosis, this is what the enlightenment, and the knowledge is part of the door. Is heaven and hell just sources of information? And why did it get the term hell? And that's what I talked about in the video. Obviously it came from hell, from the Nordic, but the hell is not what we perceive as hell, and that I think only came in with Dante's Inferno. So that's the intriguing nature, is the source of information, the source of knowledge. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more information or knowledge that you get makes you enlightened, but it also makes you dangerous to certain people, because you know things that should not be known, and that's what's always been controlled on the eons. That's why they didn't teach the normal folk, what's classed as normal, the people, to read, to write, because they didn't want you to know this information. So I just really do get inspired by some of the comments that YouTube let me read and connect with. I want to appreciate everyone that's at, and I like I said, this video, it's not to be taken as gospel. It is for you to just look at and give you an incentive and inspire you to look into something else, because we need more and more people to think out of the box, and out of the box, different warehouse, different storage room, because we live whatever. Because you'll see people arguing, fighting, trolling, criticizing each other for the shape of this realm. Why? Are you not confident enough? Are you not you know, what's that word now? You know, when you, like me, I'm happy in myself now. So if people criticise me, I just ignore it. But these people have to go and troll and say, no, this realm is this shape. That map is... All maps are spam. Anagrammic. All maps are spam. They are there to create division. Think about that. Truth community is not a community. It's just people on islands. Some talk to each other, some sail across in their vessels and attack and troll and take over and tell you, listen, you have got to believe this. It's only this. If you believe in something else, there. So a community that is divided on islands should know better. So we're not together. We're divided, but pockets of people align with each other because things resonate. And a lot of people are not far left or far right, they're in the middle. And depending on the information that they receive and get on a daily basis, they just travel back between each island. People get jealous, people have egos. And I've stopped now. I'm not fighting the good fight. I'm trying to get people to be open and don't troll, because it doesn't work. It just gives you more headaches, because why are people not seeing it? Why aren't people not being themselves and being open and genuine and loving one another or showing people respect? No, they're attacking you because you believe something else. I've had people who have followed me for years that started trolling me. What is the change? I've not changed. The only thing I've changed is how I look at this reality. But I'm on my unique path. I'm on my island. I will see the world differently from your island. And that connection, the 11, helps us to see more. But. And that's what you get. You get things, people saying, well, I'm open and I don't troll and this, but. And then going to, people are, like I say, people are entitled to do whatever they want on their channel, but just don't involve me. You know what I mean? I just can't be asked. I want to live life with a smile and have a laugh, enjoy family and enjoy friends, and just have a proper good fart in the safety of my own cave, my own chamber. So guys, what do you think this 1111 is? You can believe what is said about spirituality, about your awakening. You're on the right path that has been set for you in life. That's why you see 1111 a lot. People see different numbers. What do those numbers mean? Do those numbers mean the same to you that it means to everyone else? Do people able to go down my path at 40, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour? Is some of us got restrictions on our path? Is there bridges? There's so much that you got to take information, on our path. There's a fascinating metaphors and it's brilliant. So when we look into this topic and you're asking, why did they choose 11? There must be a reason. Will I ever find it? Who knows? I'm making a good effort on it. And in this video, I just wanted to make a short video, about, well, hey, there's 11 commandments, supposedly, maybe. And he chose 11. That's why I've married them up together. 11, 11. 11, 11 gematria spells adds to 11. The path, the doorway. What is this path to? Can you change your own path? Is it a split decision? Do we have junctions on our path that, we can take at will? Do you create your own path? Do other people create the path for you to mirror your reality? Have we moved from our path to a creation source, to an alternate source? Possibly. There's a lot of things this can be. And as a human, I think, we seem to be hell-bent on in like Star Trek, searching, exploring. But we ain't perfect, and we'll create so many divisions along the way. I ain't perfect, and never tend to be. But I respect everyone, even the people who don't like me. I respect that you have a different opinion and you see different things. But when you come into my house, I'm not going to let you come into my house and shit in my mouth. Why would it be? And yes, there is some people into that. But you know what I mean. When I come into your house, or you having a guest, if a guest insults you, you're going to throw them out. You're not going to let them there. But this is what happens in our reality. You get a guest coming into your house and you're offering them drinks, you're offering them food, you've got music on, you're talking, and they're insulting you. And, you know, I've talked about, you know, people talk about sticks and stones won't hurt you, you know, will hurt your bones, words will never, and it's bollocks. And I've talked about that for many, many, many years. But when people start insulting you, you're not going to sit there and take it. You're going to throw them out. You know, some people will get violent. All right. But what I'm saying is, you sitting there and then this person says, well, there's supposed to be free speech. This is what trolls always use. They come on and insult you in your house, which is your channel, and expect you to listen to it because it's free speech. And that's what you get all the time. Oh, you're taking away the free speech. No, you don't have to listen to someone insulting you because there's free speech. You don't. It's your house. It's your platform. You know, people can do whatever they want on their platforms. You know, I've always been for that. But you don't have to take insulting people. You know, it just doesn't make sense. You're not going to come into someone's house, insult them, and expect to stay there. And then when they're throwing you out, why are you throwing me out? This is the reality of social network. Because people are insulting you and then pull that one out. People arguing. My truth is the truth. Truth is not what you believe. Have a look at the spell. It's tied to the goddess fides and confidence and faith, fidelity. It's not the word truth. So you're fighting and causing mayhem and mischief and cursing people for something that's not even bloody real. Get that in your pipe and smoke it. It's a crazy world. And people say, well, that's just your opinion. It is just my opinion. But you Google it. You research the word, the spell. Now, could what we say truth be another word? Hell yes. But that word has been weaponized for a reason. Nothing causes division more than someone is attacking your faith. Everyone gets butthurt, even me. Everyone does. When someone says something about something you truly believe in, that is your core faith, you get butthurt. It's how you deal with that. Your path. And this is why all this 1111s is connected. Because we're on it. It's like you walking down on your path, whistling, listening to some tunes. You're having a brilliant time. And there's some guy on the side of your path pissing on you as you're walking past. You have to say thank you, guys, for the guy pissing on you because it's free speech, it's free piss. No, you don't. No, you don't. And that's what's happening with life, with governments. They are pissing on us and the wind's blowing it in our faces. Have you got, lick it and taste it and say, oh, nice, and thank you, sir, very much, sir. No, we don't. And this is what all these things are, what we're basically talking about. Yes, I'm having a rant in this video, but so what? I'm showing you points that I believe in, are core to me. And I believe we should have that integrity, morals. We all have our own morals, but they're all unique to us. Each house, each channel has their own. Everyone has that path. The potato, the Peter, the stone that's been etched with things that they won't stand for. The truth. What is the truth? Why are we fighting for the truth? What is the shape of this realm? If you believe that, you're wrong. It's just how you see. You know, isn't it just cool when have 99% of the people on my channel I'm like, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't agree with what you're saying there, Paul, but I can see why. And that's what everything is. I can see why. Because that's what I see. I'm showing you what I see. So you can only see that from my point of view. And then when you go away and research it, or it could, change how you look at reality. And you think, yes, I believe that, Paul, but I put this spin on it. And that's what I love about this. We all have our different spins, but 99% of you respect. I just have a different opinion. I change my opinion and beliefs so many times a week, so many times a minute, because I don't want to set myself in stone. I want to break free. I want to just look at anything I want. And this topic, why did he pick 11 commandments? There's 10, but if they had that one, it's 11. The 11 rules of the earth for the satanic church. Why? Why did 11 people helped him? Why this? Windows, the platform, Windows 11 started on an 11. The cross is an 11. Whatever way you want to look at it, is an 11. It's a doorway. A cross as that is a closed doorway. Won't let you in. It's only going to share something what that wants you to have. Right? A cross. Otherwise, in medieval times, it's called a rood. R-O-O-D. A rood. What's rood backwards? Oh, yes, door. So, you can see how I look at this reality. And I just love doing it. So I'm going to go, guys. And this video is just supposed to be quick, but it's over an hour now. I just get excited. So this 11, and this is just start of the journey. Like I always say, I'm never going to end on this topic or this. I just want to look at different realities. So I want to make a video just highlighting that point. Why did they pick 11 commandments? Why did they pick 11 rules? Was it to marry a mirror? That's how I look at it, but it doesn't mean it's fact. And then everything else that was in between, and all the other videos I've done on 11. I didn't want to make this just another video on 11 because I've done them. But it's intriguing, isn't it? Because how we see this reality also, basically how you see this reality is because of the information flowing. And how you see this reality is in 11s. I showed you that in previous videos. So this reality, now if we change our frequency on how we see it, we'll see it in another vibration, and things get revealed constantly. That's the inspiring thing. What will we find today? So guys, thank you for watching. I'll put a nice little thing on if I remember. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to help the channel, please buy me a bar. The QR code is there. Guys, stay safe. Always wear a smile. Enjoy your farts. Just enjoy life. Just enjoy life. That's what you want. And even when I say do one good deed a day, I have people trying to say you shouldn't because you're affecting other people. But what if you would meant to do a good deed for that person? It's a glass half full, guys. So if you want to do a good deed, do a good deed. If you don't want to do a good deed, don't. But smile, enjoy yourself, and take care. I'll see you again in the next installment of The Black Sheep Researcher. Bye, guys.